It was nothing to do with the kid.
He just disappointed the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then you didn't like the guy in the first place.
Well, it wasn't that. I think
Hated him.
Boogie didn't nominate him. You didn't nominate him, and you expected the same.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I just whatever. I looked at the game very differently back
You're
then.
here now, Boogie.
Yeah.
It's not.
He's just you know what it was is what's so aggravating about him is he took up a spot of thousands of people who wanted to be there, and he didn't want to be there. He didn't want to fucking do any of the competitions. He didn't want to host the competitions. He didn't want to, we'd all sit around. He wouldn't sit with us at night. He just was like a fucking asshole. And every morning, very inconsiderate, like, because, if you remember some of the beds were right next to the storage room in that other house. And he just fucking banged the doors, and like at 7 in the morning, he just had no respect for other people, and.
Boogie's right. I mean, I remember just being in bed, and it's 7 in the morning.
I want to kill this fucking.
I need my special coffee, and we'd be like, "Shut the fuck up, old man. We're gonna kill you." Like,
we're gonna kill you.
I need my special coffee.
It's 100 degrees. We're outside. There's no shade, and he's got to smoke first before it.
Keep in mind, he's the only HOH who they revoked his HOH privileges because he refused to participate in the competitions. He had to sit and watch us. And then he sit in the corner like a little kid when we did the
smoke.
When we did the bowl, he didn't even do it.
You think he would have wanted to do stuff though? He didn't want to do anything, nothing. And then he would sit outside.
Did anyone like him?
He would talk to the cameras.
Okay, the first night I played Spin the Bottle, and everyone played. Like we played Truth or Dare.
Nicole didn't.
Nicole didn't, but she sat there and thought of good ideas.
Okay.
Kent was like, "Hey guys, I'm not going to participate in this," and we go, "Good." That was when it went downhill after that.
Remember that big meeting we had, and we said, I remember I had the big point. I was like. Listen, if you're still trying to get along with everyone, I was like, look, we're not married, so like if you want to make up games that are like for married people, we'll play those, but we're making up games and you're not playing them. So I don't know if it's real equitable here.
Because we were single, but we were single. We didn't have, our house was just getting crazy.
Like Sherry, or
I thought I went on the real world.
Top off. You said Monica took her top off?
Did she?
For the beers.
For the beers, yeah.
For the beers she did. For 2 beers.
And Sheryl wore a thong.
That house was thong-tastic.
We weren't allowed to bring thongs this year.
Because
email was
season, maybe.
No, because of Janet Jackson.
Oh.
We got the email.
We got the email.
I got a phone call. And I was like,
Danielle loved this.
That.
Shannon brought 18 thong bathing suits.
and Jonah wrote that.
Sheryl brought a thong?
Sheryl
brought the thong.
Boogie ate ice cream off her ass.
She don't
very nice.
Sheryl was hot.
She was a hot mama.
She's a hot
She
mama.
bent over the edge of the
She was in the hot tub like this.
Whipped cream.
Off her ass.
Nice.
She maybe would have fucked Will, or at least gone pretty far with Will. She liked Will a lot. She definitely, we were like, yeah, there's going to be a Mrs. Robinson up in here.
That was on the song where it's like Mrs. Robinson, they're like, coo, coo, coo. Boogie and I are sitting in the hammock, and Sheryl walks by, and Boogie goes, "There's going to be a Mrs. Robinson episode here," and I go, "Coo, coo, coo." They showed it on the show, and I was like, oh, God.
Did they show that?
Yeah,
And then we sit around with a motherfucking watermelon 3 days.
God.
Don't forget Wilson.
Poor lady's only here 2 weeks,
She was
too.
hot. Sheryl was
Shannon
hot.
brought 18 thong bathing suits. She didn't get to wear them all.
Nicole was like, well, your girlfriend had her ass out. I was cracking.
She had the body that she would have been buck naked and not, she had that kind of body like Shannon.
Oh, God, yeah.
She did not care, and she had a rock hard body and was like, boom, this is what I'm wearing all the time.
I'm mad at her. Lisa,
How old was Sheryl? How old was she?
Lisa's no joke.
Lisa,
Sheryl was,
No joke.
she was like 48, 47.
I wish they would show my diary room, because they were like,
Sheryl was
so what
like
do you think
47,
about Lisa's
48.
thong? I'm like,
and she was like into the antics. Like whatever you suggested. Like Will and I made up this game with the keys. We had whipped cream and drinks, and we set up like an obstacle course. And the way it kind of ended is you got in the hot tub and had to pass strawberries by making out with the guys. So we had guy, girl, guy, girl, guy, girl. And then somehow the game with the drinking evolved into Sherry bending over, and I was licking the whipped cream. Thanks. Licking the whipped cream off her ass. I mean, this woman's got a 17-year-old son at home, and like
Shannon was, she was having like a midlife crisis, and she, in DR on the show, she's like, you like younger guys, let's make this happen. Like, she was ready, they put her off for a
See that?
It is very unfortunate that woman caught a bad week.
I don't remember that.
I love younger guys, I'm flattered by younger guys. Like,
you guys, all fairness, by her getting off the show earlier, she went to the hospital, she found a lump, she had cancer, so it was, it helped her.
Yeah, it was a blessing in disguise.
It's a blessing in
Did you know that?
disguise. Did you know that?
I caught bits and pieces. And
Yeah. Yeah.
that was the other thing when we got out. They were like, 9/11, well, you got arrested for taking a picture of Batman. She didn't kill someone. Sherry has cancer. Justin put a knife to Krista's throat. I was like,
But if Sherry had stayed, oh my God, some shit could have jumped off.
My mother.
Would you have hooked up with her?
Yeah, you
no,
would.
I was 26. I was 27.
But they weren't. The relationship didn't develop until.
You were not 26.
I was 27.
My mother, I remember my mother when they came and kidnapped me and they were
28,
interviewing us.
You're 28.
And they said, what do you think about your daughter being cut off from,
Some of
the
us
news
watch the
and
season.
HOH,
and I'm
she pays
thinking, that's not
attention.
cool. We need to know.
Yeah, you're right. I was
My mom's
28.
like, you were.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm like 26.
Good thing they didn't ask that as an HOH tiebreaker and I miss it. Could you imagine? Like, how old was Will when he won Big Red? 26. No, actually 28. Erica, you got it right.
That's like Krista. How many have been married?
We were all like,
So what happened when 9/11 went down? What did they do to you guys?
They had
he
movies.
was in there, I wasn't.
They
I was
had
out.
movies.
Okay, I've told this so many times. Okay, we woke up in the morning, we were in the backyard.
This is the Tuesday.
There was no planes, and I was like, man, have you guys noticed there's no planes today? It's really strange. And as soon as I said that, they're like, guys, come to the DR. Like, as soon as I said that, they brought us in the DR, and they were like, a terrorist attack is taking place in New York. Allison got on.
Did you fucking freak out when something
They
like
didn't
that?
know how big it was.
I can't even imagine.
But you didn't know how big it
being
was,
here
right?
and someone telling me that there
You
was a
have to
terrorist
understand,
attack
we've
and
been here, like, at
the
that
World
point,
Trade Center was
that was
attacked.
I would be like,
the
they
date
didn't
was
tell them
literally
that.
like.
They didn't know the
Wait,
magnitude
you guys
of
didn't
it.
know that the World Trade Center was attacked?
No, this is what they said. They brought us in the DR, and they showed part of this on that, either
Yeah.
on the show or on the Lost episode.
Yeah.
No, I remember when Monica was. They took her into that room
What
like
they
a
said
cousin
for
was
all of us,
missing.
they're like, there's been a terrorist attack. And we were like, okay. And they're like, someone is flying a plane into a building. And we're like, okay. We're like, that sounds
So
bad.
they had no idea
That sounds
how.
really bad, but like, and then
Wait, they didn't tell you it was a World Trade Center and there were two planes?
I honestly
or
don't remember.
I still wouldn't.
And
It
then,
wouldn't affect me that much in here.
God.
I don't think.
You know why? Because they can't visually see
no,
it.
Erica, you don't understand. We literally were like, can we have cheese? And we didn't know. I mean, we
They didn't know. I mean,
We were
think
like,
about it. I was in bed.
I would be.
I was getting ready.
I was like bawling.
Wait a minute. I was getting ready that morning. I was getting ready that morning. And my dad called me. He goes, girl, what you watching? I said, I'm watching MTV. So I was watching it. He said, girl, you need to turn on the TV. And you turn on and you're like, he goes, the plane went into the World Trade Center. I'm like, oh, a little putt-putt plane, no biggie. I didn't think anything of it. And when you see it,
No.
you're like, oh my God.
But when my best friend, I didn't even see it. She woke me up out of a sound sleep. She said, we've just been attacked, a terrorist attack. The World Trade Center has been attacked by two planes. I was like, I just started bawling. It was just like, I just started bawling. I didn't even see it, nothing.
But you had all that information.
True, I did.
Well, so then what they did was they said, what do you guys want to eat for dinner? And we were like,
What?
Are
you serious?
Erica, something could happen right now. We wouldn't know. So then, what do you want for dinner? We're like, Thai food. We were like, Thai food. And then they were like, what else do you want? And we were, so then the next day we had a contest that was kind of rigged so we could easily win it, where we got all the gifts. And I got the DVD player, so then they would let us watch one DVD at night. And they would let us pick. We could just decide amongst ourselves. One of us would pick a DVD. They'd go to Blockbuster and get it, and we'd watch it on the fire screen, the equivalent of that, at night. And then they gave us big puzzles. They gave me big puzzles to do. They gave Monica a bunch of cigarettes.
Were you guys like preempted at all? You were, okay.
Yeah.
Because I remember I remember watching your season religiously, and then like the whole 9/11 happened, and not like thinking about it, and then watching your finale.
Yeah, there was only like 1 or 2 more episodes after that that made it on TV.
No, but the finale was all fucked up because they couldn't get the other house guests to come
Right.
get there.
Boogie, were you guys
Like I
late, or
woke
was it
up
early?
to the phone wicked early, and it was Krista, and she's like, "Hey, I'm sitting on a runway, supposed to be coming back to LA for the finale because there was no sequester."